Welcome to the channel, Josh Gordon Music. This is a beginner preset build video, and what we're going to do is we're going to build a 3 snapshot preset, clean, rhythm, and dirt. And this is again for complete beginners. 4 snapshots are available, but let's just say you're brand new to the Podgo or digital modeling itself. We're just going to get you started here and show you how to set it up, and all you need is the 3 buttons to press, and you don't have to worry about having it in stomp mode. Easy peasy setup, and it should cover a lot of ground for basic rock, maybe whatever, top 40, pop, country. Anyways, let's get started. Gear being used here, I'm using an SG, an Epiphone SG, and the Podgo itself is going to go into a Focusrite interface, which is going into my Mac Mini, and I'm using Logic Pro, and you're going to hear the sounds out of my Rocket 5 KRK studio monitors. Okay, so let's get started. So we got a new preset bank here set up. One thing you should do if you're a beginner, hit these 2 page buttons, and then you see global settings. So let's get global settings, and let's just make sure that here your main out level, you see I have it set to line. If you have it set to instrument, that's more for if you're going into an amplifier or something. But when you're going into an interface or PA, front of house, set it to line. Okay, so let's get back to our preset. So let's put it in snapshot mode. So hit your 2 bank buttons, and now you're in snapshot mode. Okay, so snapshot 1. Again, we're just going to do 3. Snapshot 1, we're on. So let's go to the view. Now, my stuff defaults to US double norm, and we all default to the legacy cab. So you're going to have to do a little research when you start building. Go through the manual and see what amp models you have available. I want something that can give me some nice clean, but then can also give me some nice rhythm crunch. I am going to add a drive for solos and whatnot, but because I've used this for a while, I kind of know a lot about the amps and stuff. So we're gonna switch the amp here. So you hit that button, and then you're gonna scroll down. I'm gonna use a matchstick. So it's a matchstick channel 1. So now we have that, and I'm gonna go over here to my cabinet and press down. Now I want to use the newer cab engine, not the legacy one. Not that there's anything wrong with the legacy cab, but this new cab engine just has a few more features. So I would like to I'm going to use the matchless cab, and I'm going to use the 212 match G25. So I guess greenback 25 speakers, which I like. Pop that in. All right, so let's hear how this sounds. Okay, pretty loud. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, I'm going to stick on the cab. Now, you can do anything in any order that you want, but I usually like to start with the cabinet, and I'm going to choose a ribbon mic. I like the 160 ribbon. I also like the 47 condenser FET. The ribbon mic, I find, though, helps cut some of the sizzle, the high end. Like I don't need it too bright, so I'm going to stick with that. Now the mic positioning, this is where having the editor comes in, because you could actually cursor it on the screen, and you'll see the picture of the mic and the speaker cone. It's really good. So here you're kind of going by ear. So I like to start where's center? Yeah, let's get to the center. Already I notice it's a little brighter. I kind of like it at the cap edge. So let's do cap edge. Little darker, and I like the distance somewhere between 2 and 3. Let's do 3. I leave the angle on 0 degrees. I'm going to do a little more low cutting and page over. And your high cut, 9's pretty good, but I'm going to put it to 8. Now I want to build a clean sound, so I'm using an SG double humbucker guitar, single coils, you'll have a nice magical clean sound. So I'm going to put this to the in-between so both pickups are on. Okay, so that's closer to what I hear for clean, like more Fendery, more glassy. Okay, so I've done what I can do on this cab, and I like that. So now let's go to the amp. Now the drive I want down. Now that's going to kill some of our volume. And I'm going to turn the bass down a little bit. The cut, let's play with that. I don't hear much, I'm going to just leave that right in the middle. I'm going to up the treble a bit. All right, I like that. And I'm going to add a little more presence to it. Now, page over. Now, channel volume. Now, the master is kind of, that's pushing the amp. I don't really want it pushed, so I'm gonna put this down closer to here to 8. And I'm gonna set the channel volume up. I'll put it to 9. And I'm not gonna bother really right now with the bias X, and the hum and the ripple, the sag. There's other videos on that. I've done a video comparing about this, and those are useful enough features, but that's for more advanced stuff. Here we're going to keep it simple. Again, this is for you beginners out there that just want to get started and get playing. Now, I like that clean sound. But what I also like to have with my clean, I'm going to go to the end, and what I'm going to do is hit this button to get my choice of effects. I slot my reverb at the end. Now you can have, there's so many here. Let's keep it simple, and that is the legacy ones. Again, the editor is much. I like using the editor, the desktop editor, way better than this, because you can see stuff. You can slide the parameters with the mouse. I find it's greater control. But because I've used this now for about 3-4 years, I kind of know where everything is. So these are the legacy reverbs, and I like Hall. Now, I'm going to fix up the Hall. Now, I like to have it as more ambient. Right now, that's pretty, Timmy fell down a well. I don't want that. But what I do is I up the decay. I'm going to up the pre-delay a little bit. Low cut is fine. High cut, I'm going to bring that up. Now, the mix. Before I get to the mix, I scroll over. Trails on or off, it's up to you. Basically, trails, if you're switching between presets, like say completely different ones, this might keep the trails. Let's leave the trails off. And then what I do here now in the mix, I'm going to put the mix down to about, 20%. So the reverb's there, but it's not too overpowering. So I like that. Now I'm going to go over to this block. So I'm working on clean. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a delay, because that's part of my ambience. So we'll go to the delay. Now you're going to hear about DSP, digital signal processing. I believe that's what it is, the power. So certain delays, certain effects are going to eat up more of it. And when you start seeing things grayed out, that means you're reaching out, or you're maxing out on your DSP. Right now, we're in the early stages, so no issues there. But what if I want to use a certain drive that requires a lot more DSP, but I've picked a delay that eats a lot of DSP? That drive I want might not be an option. Start with simple delay. That's my recommendation. It's easy. It's a good delay. Okay, that's the default, and I don't want that. So usually I like to have it between like 550 to 800 milliseconds. So I kind of put it in the middle here. Let's put 654. The feedback, I'll up it a bit to 41%. The mix now, I don't want too much. So I'm going to put it down to, I'll put it to 20 for now. The scale now, I'm going to put that to 100. Let's hear. Okay, so maybe you don't want that for clean, or if that's too much, like I like having chorus, delay, and definitely reverb for my cleans. So let's turn that mix down of the simple delay. Let's say 15. Okay, so it's just there. All right, so what I'm going to do now is hit these two buttons and save my work, because I don't want to lose anything. Beauty. All right, so now, because we're doing snapshots here, yeah, I said chorus, so I want to add a chorus. I like chorus, so now here we are in the modulation section. Sorry if my hand's blocking. Here, I'll switch here. Where are you, chorus? There, we'll just stick to the simple. And that's if you want chorus. Maybe you don't want chorus. So the speed, I like to have it closer to 2. I'll turn down the depth. Again, this is to taste, okay? So I'm not even going to worry about this stuff. The tone, the mix, that's the key. I don't want this much chorus, so let's turn it, let's cut it from 50 to 25. So I think that's a nice clean mix. What if I put it to 30? Okay, I want to hear a little more, so I'll put 35. Okay, I like that too. So I'm going to save my work. Now, here's where I'm going to add, because we're in snapshot 1, I want it to be clean. I'm going to add a drive. Now, which drive am I going to put? That's a great question. Now, this is where you're going to start getting some noise, and we're going to address that in a minute. But let's see if I can get, which one can I get here? I want the, did I lose it already? The Horizon drive. Let's try that. Now this is a good drive. It's a little loud. So I want the drive up. The attack's usually fine. I'm going to turn down the brightness. This gating, you know, I don't want it gated too much. I want to have it shimmer through. I'm going to turn it all the way off. And the level, I'm going to turn that down. Okay, that's great. I'm just having it set up, but we're in clean mode, so I want this off. So that's how you can turn it off, because this is all I want. Now, you can use this dedicated EQ block. Here, I'm gonna again get out of the screen's way, you know, and this could be for further tone shaping. You can switch the EQs. Like I'll put a 10-band graphic. Let's say I want to scoop some mid here. You know, I could turn this down and. See, there's some good mid on that. So actually, I'm going to keep that on. I like, and this is because I'm using humbuckers, right? So this to me, like, you can use your EQ again. You can for tone shaping, and we're gonna get to now. Snapshot 2. So we're going to save this because we're snapshot 1. So now, how do we change parameters? Because that's what snapshots are. You're going to have all of this. You can't change out blocks, okay, with snapshots. What you do is you change the parameters of the effects that you've chosen. Okay. So for rhythm, now if I want to go to, I wanted to go to Snapshot 2. So what would I change here? Like, we'll start with the EQ because we're on it. Well, I would want more. I want my 500 hertz back. So hold the button, and then there. Okay, and then I just turned it right or left. Now this means that you're going to be able to change this parameter between snapshots. Okay, and that's for any little effect. You just hold the button and you want it to see it, with that little parenthesis and in white. I'm going to save this so I don't lose a step. Okay, now what else would I change? Because let's try and keep this simple. Well, when I go to do my rhythm, I want to change my drive level. So I'm going to do that. So I'll put that back to where I had it about here. I'm going to leave the bass and treble cut. I'm going to leave the presence. But the other things that I find for rhythm is you can adjust the master. You can push the amp more. But let's keep this even simpler. So channel volume we might need to change because of the drive level, but we'll see. So let's just be safe, and we have it at 9. Let's just make sure if we need to adjust it because we add drives and things get louder, so be it. And then even when we have a solo boost, we'll get to that. And you know what? Let's give ourselves the option to adjust the master. Okay, so those 3 things will really, but when you're switching between clean and drives, I find that the drive, and then channel volume and master, those 3 things work together. All right, so now we're set. And one thing that I haven't done, which I usually like to do, well, which I always do, no matter what the guitar, but especially for single coils, I go to scroll over here to your first input, put the gate on, and that's all you need. You can adjust the threshold and the decay if you know what you're doing. I'm still learning about those things as I go as well, but if you just leave it on, because when drive kicks in, you might get some noise, even if you're in humbuckers. Okay, so this is important too. Okay, so let's save our work. So now I'm going to go back to view, and I'm going to hit Snapshot 2. And now I'm going to go back into this view. So now for Snapshot 2, everything's still the same. So for rhythm, you know what? I only like to have my chorus on for clean. So I'm going to turn that off. Okay. So now I'm going to save that. And now I want my drive on. Okay. So we've put it on. Now let's go back to Snapshot 1. All right, so you see how that works? Okay. Beautiful. So now, for further tweaking, I'm going to go back. See, now I'm going to go to my EQ. I want my 500 back. In fact, because this amp doesn't have a mid on it, I want my mid up. I like to have my mid up, so I'm going to up it to here. Now I'm going to save that. Back to the clean. Now I'm just was getting, using the monitors for unity gain level. That's close. Again, I just want to show you the mechanics of these things. You can spend the time tweaking it to your ear's content. So now that I'm in rhythm, you know what? Let's just say for my rhythm, I don't want maybe reverb. So let's turn that off. Save. And you know what? That delay kind of blows too with rhythm. So let's do that. Yeah, maybe I just want to dry. So then here we go here. Again, so you can turn things on and off, and make sure you save, because if you don't save and you go back to any other snapshot, those changes won't save. They won't be there when you go back to your original one. All right, so what I would do here now, what I also like to do, and this is where it comes, we'll do a little trickery here, maybe not trickery, but I want to up the drive on the amp, okay? Because I like the amp to be the more of the driving force, and that means I'm gonna have to turn this down. This will be more for coloring, and then I'll probably turn the level down. Let's just see, and I'm gonna save my work. Yeah, see, now that got really loud. So that's where, you know what, I'm going to put my drive back up. This is now why we have our channel volume. So we can turn the channel volume down. And that's why we put a parameter control. Yeah, still pretty loud, right? So you can... And there you go. Anyways, you get the point. I'll turn it down even more. I'm going to push the master. Turn the channel. Oh, sorry, I'm going to put the drive back up. My bad. My bad. I'm going to put it even further, but now we're getting the tweaking, guys. So look, I'll turn the channel volume down here. Save the work so I can go back. Anyways, that's not the greatest tone in the world, but I don't think it's the worst either. But you will spend the time tone tweaking. So say, you know, as I showed you how to push the button in to get to the white parameter, you say I want more bass. So okay, so you can do that now, okay? And then say I want more bass on this. Well, save your work. And then when you go here, my bass is at 3.8, and then when I go here, my bass is at 4.6, okay? So let's move forward. Now we're going to go for lead tone. So we're happy with this. Once again, you see that E? That means you're editing. So let's just be safe and save. Okay, now I'm going to my lead preset, my lead snapshot. So I definitely want my drive. And I want my delay back on. I certainly want my reverb back on. Now you can go to the output here, and if you wanted, you could use this as an output boost. But you can also do channel volume, folks. You can go back here for the channel volume. But now for the drive, for my lead tone, like I'm gonna up my drive a little bit here, and that's, you know, folks, we didn't do this. Sorry guys, that was something else. I didn't push in. I just push in and turn. So what I should have done, and what I will do and fix this is I'm going to do that. So now if I go back to here, it's still showing 5.9. And that's okay. You know what? That's okay. I'm going to put this down a little bit here. So you can't rush these things too. See, I skipped a step. So I wasn't thinking I was going to change the amount of gain on the Horizon drive and maybe just use the amp, but that's your choice. See, I could not have put a controller parameter assignment on the Horizon drive. I could have just left it as is and just have more drive on the amp, or maybe, you know, the choice is yours. You do have some choices. So hopefully this is not confusing and you're still with me at this point. But let's leave it at that and save our work. Constantly saving. Back to our lead now. Yeah, I like that. And I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna add some more drive on the amp. Bass is fine. And here we got the mid. So here I want it louder. So I want my channel volume, I want it to go up. So let's say I want to up it here. Let's compare it to the rhythm. Go back to clean. Now, if your lead boost isn't enough, up it some more. Here, let's put it up here. Yeah. So save my work. There's my 3 snapshot. And then now, let's say you're happy with all that. We have all, now you can go with the editor. I'll go back to the view. To be honest, renaming the snapshots is, I find, easier on the editor, because I could name this clean. I could name this rhythm. I could rename this lead. But if you don't need, and then you can even change the colors of these LEDs, right? To be honest, I do everything on the editor, and I'm not going to bother right now worrying about manually doing it here. But now you're back in your snapshot view, so there you go. So now I'm playing. Sorry, I turned my volume off on the guitar. Here, playing clean. Now comes my rhythm. And my lead. So there you're all set, okay? And again, this isn't about the sound of the preset. It's just how to make a nice, simple 3 snapshot preset to get you started with the basics, okay? So I don't believe that was too hard. Sure, for you're new and this is new to you, seems confusing. Watch the video a few times, but once you get the hang of it, you'll be off to the races. And like I said, using the editor, the desktop editor, if you are able to do that, and if you want to see a video about this using the desktop editor, I've probably done it before in lots of videos, or in segments of videos. But if you want a proper dedicated video to this for the beginners, using the desktop editor to create your snapshots, let me know. Drop a comment. I certainly will address that. But here it is. This is, Pod Go Snapshots 101. Get you what you need, I think, to get started and to have fun and to play music. See, because really, I know this video is a little bit on the long side, but for me, this wouldn't take me nearly as long as, like, just the only length of time would be due to my ears. And it's like, oh, that just sounds like, it's like how much tweaking do I need to do? But really, to really get something basic dialed in quickly, doesn't take that long. Okay, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.